Hey, hello, and welcome to our conversations where we discuss issues that inspire and motivate you to move you up and forward, right? My name is George. Welcome. So, how many times have you given up on a project or a dream only to regret? Because you quit too soon. How many times have you heard of endless stories of people who quit too soon only to regret years later? The famous "I wish I had," if only. Unfortunately, you cannot rewind life's events. So today I'm going to pick a story out of what I like to call the well of wisdom. The well of wisdom. That's Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. It tells the story of a man who quit too soon. And I thought I would share that with you as a lesson for us all. An uncle of R.U. Dhabi, R.U. Dhabi later became a famous insurance salesman and millions of dollars. But his uncle and he was involved in this venture too. So he was caught by the gold fever in the gold rush days and went to dig and grow rich. He had never heard that more gold has been mined from the brains of man than has ever been taken from the earth. He staked his claim and went to work with pick and shovel. And after weeks of labor, he was rewarded by the discovery of gold. But he needed machinery to bring the ore to the surface. So he quietly covered the claim and went back home and told his relatives, some neighbors, and together they raised capital and invested in the necessary machinery. Back they came, and down went the drills. The first ore was mined and shipped to a smelter. And yes, it was fine gold. They had one of the richest mines in Colorado. I have no doubt that a few beer and other alcohol manufacturers were duly rewarded by the miners as they and quite a sum from the gold that they mined. But then a strange thing happened. The vein of gold disappeared. They had come to the end of the rainbow, and the pot of gold was no longer there. So they drilled on desperately, trying to pick the vein again, all to no avail. Finally, dejected, they decided to quit. They sold the machinery to a Junkman for a few $100s and took the train back home. They took the midnight train to Georgia. They went back home. But the Junkman was a smart man. He said, listen, let me call in a mining engineer to look at this mine. do some calculations to see whether, in fact, the gold had been exhausted and therefore the mine was correctly abandoned. The engineer advised that the project had failed because the owners were not familiar with what is called fault lines. His calculations showed that the vein would be found just 3 feet from where the dubbers had stopped drilling. And indeed, that's exactly where it was found. Well, the Junkman took millions of dollars in ore from the mine because he knew enough to seek expert counsel before giving up. So what is the morale of the story? Well, the one and foremost really is it's simply don't give up too soon. Don't give up too soon. Explore every alternative. Because once you set a goal and you've begun a project, clearly there must have been something that you saw in there. So instead of abandoning it, exhaust all angles. As with the execution of all goals, you evaluate, you reevaluate, you review, you readjust. In fact, R.U.W., as I said, became a wealthy man selling life insurance. But his one policy that he relied on was never stop because men say no. Because he had learned that don't quit too soon. So he became very wealthy from that life lesson. And so you, my friend, are learning the lesson that you don't quit too soon. Evaluate, reevaluate, relook, get experts, get advice. Don't quit too soon. That's the story. And the other thing that comes out of there for me is seeking expert counsel in matters outside of your own expertise. The Junkman was clearly not a miner, but he knew that one could rely on experts to give them opinions, whereas our friends had not done so. They were relying on good fortune. Call experts in. Let somebody look at you. Let somebody help you. Get a coach, get a mentor. Get somebody to work with you. Because you are sitting on a gold mine right now. An absolute gold mine. But guess what? That gold mine can never be discovered if you do nothing about it. So there's a lesson. And also the last one for me is defeat is in the mind. You know, guys, we can't find the gold anymore. We are done. But if somebody had said, no, we're not done. There must be something here. And when you do that, you open doors. So defeat is in the mind. You're only a loser if you say in your mind, I am a loser. Okay. That's good lessons there from Napoleon Hill. Before a man experiences success in any venture, he is sure to meet with much resistance and indeed temporary defeat. So press on with your dreams because success will come. Review, reevaluate, look again. The goal remains the same. The plan may change of how to get there, but the goal remains the same. You know, I'll close with this quote from Napoleon here. And he says, failure is a trickster with a keen sense of irony and cunning. It takes great delight in tripping one when success is almost within reach. How many times have you heard that story? How many times have we experienced it? The lesson is the same. Never quit too soon. Give it your all. Explore all angles. And surely your goal will come true. All right, this is George. I'm a life and business coach, a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant. I work with Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher. I'm a speaker and a facilitator at Vula Unlock Consulting. If you like this video, share it with your friends, like it. Hey, connect with us. And I'm asking you, subscribe to our YouTube page where you can revisit some of these lessons that we talk about. If you need clarity, come on, get hold of us, and we're glad to chat with you. So stay positive, stay positive. That's medicine for success, I say. All right. Be good now. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.